Hi guys, and welcome back to my little corner of the internet. And today we're doing a little bit of a story time about the time Grandma almost stole my wheelchair. And today I have my mom. Say hi, Mom.
Hi.
So she's a little bit better at explaining what happened, so that's why she's here. But yeah. So we're gonna get started now. But okay. So it was a while back, right?
Yes, it was a while back, and we flew into the Washington D.C. the IAD airport, and of course it was around a holiday. It was around Thanksgiving, right before Thanksgiving. So to make a long story short, it's usually three of us traveling, but on this particular trip, Adriana's dad didn't fly with us. We didn't all fly out together because he had to work. So we got him a later flight. So us being the kind of women that we are, we said, "Oh, we can handle it because we fly all the time."
Yeah, and see, I forgot that part where you said that we didn't actually fly together.
Right.
Because
we
I
didn't fly
forgot.
together.
I forgot all about that.
No, we didn't do that. So on this particular trip, it was just the two of us. And so usually when we fly, and for those of you all who have a family member who has a disability, we've done this on numerous occasions and never had a chair with anybody still in our wheelchair. But on this particular day, somebody almost got away with the wheelchair. So let me tell the story, and then you catch the wave on what to do and what not to do. So on this particular setting, we were flying American Airlines. And so usually when we fly, what I'll do is stay in the cockpit. We're usually the first to get on and the last to get off. So any of you who have flown with someone with a disability, this is exactly how it works. First to get on, last to get off.
It's protocol at this point. I mean, we do it all the time. It's protocol.
And Adriana does require what they call an aisle seat in order to get her off the plane. So she doesn't walk. She doesn't. So they have to. The workers have to bring an aisle seat in order to get her off. So on this particular setting, I stayed behind because usually when it's three of us, when her dad goes with us too, we all three of us fly together. He usually goes out, secure the chair, and I stay behind. But me not thinking that anything was going to happen, I did what I always do, and that's wait until the workers come and get Adriana and then go out to get the chair. So let me show you what this chair looked like. So to make a long story short, when you're flying, these are what the footrests look like. So we kept the footrests, we took them off the chair and put them inside the plane with us. And so, and you see it's red and black. Never fly with an all black wheelchair because it will look like everybody else's. But because it's red and black, it was very unique.
Tip number one, never fly with like a chair that will blend in, because that's the one time you do not want to blend in.
And the other thing about the particular wheelchair that we took on that trip is that it was a lightweight chair and it didn't work like a normal chair. When I say it didn't work like a normal chair, it was a special wheelchair that I paid $700 for. So you would actually you would need to know how to work it in order to get it to work. So on this particular trip, we do like we always do. I stay behind. I got the footrest. And when I go outside, her wheelchair is gone. And one of the workers told me he saw the grandma who took the chair. And I said, well, here's my ticket. I was so upset. I said, why would you all let somebody take our chair and give me a ticket that I checked in with? And to make a long story short, when I checked with the airline later, they said that they didn't have the staff to check tickets. So that's rule number 2. If you got a loved one, you got something special, you better get on off that plane and secure it and let somebody else bring the rest of the, like the other family. You got to trust that they're going to bring that family member out to you. Secure the chair and then go from there. Anyway, to make a long story short, if you've ever been to IAD, you will see that it is a huge airport. It's extremely large, and you will not be able to find your way around. So anyway, to make a long story short, the young man that was with us, he said, I know exactly where they would go to board, to get on or whatever. So anyway, so this lady just got in her wheelchair and left like it was hers. And the only reason why she didn't get away with it was because they didn't know how to fold it up. It was a special wheelchair, and you would have had to have the instructions in order to know how to fold it up. The workers were the ones who unfolded it, but it wasn't an easy, simple, regular old wheelchair where you could just click a couple of buttons and it fold up. They couldn't do it. So they were stalled. I'm making a long story short. And I tell you, it took us a good 30 minutes to get over there. And I had my footrest. And the young man, I thank God for him. He ran out there just when we think it's the old lady's son was getting ready to put the chair in. He couldn't figure out how to fold it up. And so at that point, the worker went out there and said, this chair is not yours. And he took it. And he said it belongs to them because our footrest matched the chair. And so they trusted we were not lying. And so I thank God to this day for that guy, because had they got away with our wheelchair, it would have just kind of ruined our holiday, because Adriana really does need a wheelchair to travel around in, and we wouldn't have had anything.
Yeah.
And we bought the special wheelchair so that we wouldn't have to get rent a huge vehicle or a van, and it fold up real nicely. And we're going to have to show some of the technology that we have bought and tried, and the pros and the cons of all these different
We'll be
chairs
showing some of that in future videos, but yeah.
Yeah, but this one, it saved us because it was different and they couldn't work it. And because they couldn't work it, they couldn't get it in the car.
Yeah, that was like the only thing that really saved us, was like that part of it was kind of crazy when you think about it.
It was. And to this day, I don't like flying American Airlines because of that.
No, we probably won't fly American Airlines unless we're like forced to. And yeah,
they're my last choice.
They're at the bottom of the ocean.
I don't like how it was handled, because we have flown on Southwest and they have had workers that verified that your ticket was correct. And I'm not saying that they're doing it today prior to the pandemic, but at other times that we've flown, we just never had that problem.
And I've seen other people have like American Airlines horror stories as well. So I know we're not like the only ones, but I thought this was like a unique twist on it that happened to us. I mean, you just don't think that'll ever happen, but it does. It did.
But we were just so thankful that we got that chair back, and it made the rest of our holiday be
smooth and outstanding and memorable.
Because Adriana, sister lives up there, and she was going to pick us up in her car, and that was one reason why we bought this foldable chair up, because we wanted to be able to easily get it in her car, and it was lightweight. I mean, we did a lot of research to find this particular chair, and for it to almost be stolen like that, and I hadn't even paid the bill. I had put it on my American Express card and had not even paid the bill, and it was about to be stolen.
Yeah,
which would have been horrible.
It was bad. It was bad.
Very bad.
But thankfully, the guy who was like, that's not your chair, and we were able to get it back, and he took it from them.
That's right. He actually took it from them. And I thank God for that worker at that airport. To this day, I don't know his name, but I would give him a shout out any day. at the IAD airport that he stood up for us and got our chair back.
Yeah.
And we end up having a wonderful weekend. But it's a nightmare story that we have not forgotten to this day.
To this day, we still won't fly American Airlines if we have the option to fly other airlines. So, and what are some other tips that you have for them?
For instance, if you're disabled and you're flying alone, that's a bad thing unless you can get a worker to secure your chair for you. The other thing is make sure you always take the footrest off, because when the worker put her in the chair, he asked her where was her footrest and she couldn't answer. And I said she didn't have any footrest because here they are, they're ours.
Yep.
And so always take your footrest off. The second thing is, even if you're traveling alone and you're disabled, perhaps get someone to stay behind till your chair comes up and stay with your chair until you get out there.
Yeah.
And I think that's a critical point that I would like to point out. And so now Adriana and I, we've flown international, and we follow this protocol just about anywhere and everywhere we go now. It doesn't matter if it's in the U.S. or out. We're traveling together. I'm going out there and secure that chair. We do not trust other people to do things for us. We do it ourselves.
Yeah, we do. And
we have not had another problem.
And it's a system that has been working for us, so we're going to keep using it as long as it works.
Amen to that. All right. So now you have the story about how the grandma almost stole our chair.
Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Peace out.